Hello, humans. So, welcome to the Think Share. My name's Zach. Here, brings what I've been thinking about, sharing about, talking about, listening to, reading about. It doesn't belong in math class. It's not in the standardized test, and it's to make you the goodest version of yourself. Hey, Gemma. So I got 3 things came in the mail today. The other day during Prime Day, I went probably a little overboard. Got some books, got some technology. Kind of excited for it all. Where'd my phone go? But yeah, damn, I wish I hadn't started because I don't know where my phone is right now. And I think one of these is the accessory for my phone. I'd love to show at the same time. So I don't know which one's which, so that'll be kind of fun. But I don't buy things for no reason. So I look forward to explaining a little bit why I got some of these things. Some of them are sort of self-explanatory, but hey, Tori. Hey, hey, Dev. Hey, Shadow, woke me up. You should order slime or make some. Hey, if you send me some slime, I'll unbox it if you want. Hello, I'm a new sub. Love your channel. Thank you, Wolf Gamer Girl. Oh, these are the shoes. I forgot I got those. Yeah, I'm kind of a sucker for cheap shoes just because I feel like I can go through them so quick. So kind of excited about these ones. They're like they're sneaker shoes, so I feel like they look pretty sweet. They got like sneaker soles to them, but they're like $21 or something. So I feel like they're gonna poop out pretty quick, but felt like a solid purchase. I'll look forward to wearing those. Sunday, I'm planning on doing a collaboration with Alexander DeLuca. We're going to be holding free hug signs somewhere in Boston. He knows Boston better than I do. He's a Harvard grad. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I may very well be wearing those shoes in it. All right. So I think these are my Amazon dot my Alexas. Thanks, Share. How are you doing? Well, today wasn't my favorite day of the week. Honestly, my lower back kind of hurts. We're lifting some stuff today, moving some furniture, and I think I might have picked some things up wrong. So I've been doing some weird stretches and stuff, trying to recoup. I've recently been seeing a therapist, so had a second session with the therapist, and that went pretty well. Never had a therapist before. I feel like some people might think it's strange that I'm sharing that, but I feel like there are a lot of people that have told me they've seen therapists before, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. I think it's just having an objective third party listening to you with only commitment of having you feel heard. So that was good. These are my Echo Dots. So the stupid part of this was it was like buy one, you had to buy 2 of them, so different colors. But I'm looking, so here's why I got them first, and then I'll explain this next. The reason I decided to get these is because I apparently via Gary Vaynerchuk's book Crushing It, 1 in 6 households in America owns something like this, and I'm thinking to myself, one of the things I really wanted to build. So my book is Ideas Over Coffee. It's 104 things I learned after high school, college, middle school that I wish I learned during those times. And so the app idea was take all those things and have it be like your idea over coffee. So in the morning when you are sipping on your coffee and you want to be inspired, you just watch a video or listen to a little audio. I feel like this is the evolution of what it's going to be, is a lot of voice activated things are going to be existing now. So what I want to do is I want to create I think it's called an Alexa skill. And what happens is you'd say, Alexa, tell me my daily briefing. And so you might have the weather, you might have the business tip for the day, you might have the stock. It might tell you what one of the stocks is at. It might tell you the top of the news, might tell you, I don't know, but I got to play with it first to see how to use it in general. And what I want to do is I want to create an actionable quote. I talked about this a little bit the other night, is I really want to I feel like everyone loves quotes. You go down Instagram, you see all these inspirational quotes. They're great ideas. They sound wonderful in the moment. we get all excited and then we do nothing. And that's a problem, because what is inspiration if it doesn't change? Like, I feel like inspiration is similar to motivation. It's great to be motivated in a moment to do something. Once that motivation's gone, what do you have? Hopefully something. And hopefully you've taken some actions and you've built some momentum. But if you've had some inspiration or motivation, got excited, thought about a lot of things, maybe called some people, shared some ideas, sometimes that's not going to be enough momentum to bring you into continuing to do those things. So what I wanted to create was the actionable quote of the day, or something like that. The actionable quote. I'm trying to play with the name, but the idea is I share a quote that has been inspiring to me, and from there I say what to do with it, what challenge you can do, what action you can take, because so many people are craving that inspiration in their day. So many people per day. There's a lot of negativity out there. A lot of us are struggling with stuff. So the goal here is for people to not just be inspired about a quote that they see on Instagram or hear in their feed in the morning, but to actually take it into action. So that's the goal out of it. I got to play with it a little bit first to understand how it works. I think I might bring one to school and have the students kind of learn how to use it. But you can train it to do stuff, and I look forward to figuring that out. I'm seeing that the chat is moving quite a bit, so I'm going to check in there before I go on to the next item. Oh, all right. Peace levels added 3 right now. Responding, hey, it's sweet. As everyone should see a therapist. Yeah, I think I might recommend people getting therapists as long as your insurance covers it. The value is that you can choose who they are. Like, you can find out who they are. I don't think they're meant to really bring any kind of politics in it. So I'm pretty sure anyone that was in the LGBTQAI plus community could find someone that could be really valuable to them. I mean, they pretty much get paid to listen to you. And I think some people need a sounding board. You know, sometimes we just need someone to listen to us. So yeah, I think therapists could be a powerful, I want to say, a tool to have in our lives. I guess I'll update you guys as more things come from that. Therapists can be pretty helpful. Glad you were embarrassed of it. Thank you, Alexander. Alexander, thank God y'all are on tonight. My family fell apart. Also purchased iPhone X Prime Day. Sorry. The arguments, the hitting, kicking, the infernal pain. Master, I can't tell why are they so angry? That's the hardest thing. Who's kid? Yeah. Sleep Master, seriously, please don't leave us with hitting, the kicking, the infernal pain. That's really hard to tell how literal some of those things are talking about. When you say infernal pain, it sounds like inferno as in like hell-like. So it sounds metaphorical, but at the same time, I'm not going to just assume that it's metaphorical, and it could be literal. Please like elaborate on that in the chat. I think everyone else would appreciate it. My brother and my half sister fought again, and now my baby nephew is in pain. Well, Sleep Master, I would say, what's painful about it for you? Because I think sometimes we can't have control over the things around us, and all we can do is kind of send good vibes and try to take care of ourselves so that we can be there for the people that also need it around us. I know that there's some pretty close people to me that are going through some crap, and when it impacts me in such a way that I feel guilty, I feel sad, I feel pain, I suffer, the best thing I can do is look to see who I need to be for them, especially if it's not really about me. And sometimes it's hard to do, especially when it feels almost personal. Sometimes we can look for who we need to be for those people. So maybe ask yourself, for your brother and for your half sister, who do you need to be for them so that your baby nephew can be in less pain? Who can you be for them? How can you improve on yourself? Because if you can be 10 times better than you are today in whatever aspect, that means you can be a 10 times better brother. You can be a 10 times better sister. You can be a 10 times better aunt, uncle, parent, whatever. I, I hope that makes sense. What is the value of cosec theta? Unless I don't want to talk about trigonometry right now, honestly. But cosine theta, that's when you have a triangle and you have the adjacent and hypotenuse side. And it creates if you know what the angle is, if you know what an angle is and you know the adjacent and hypotenuse sides to that angle, then it's a ratio that's created. And so you can calculate if you have, there's three different variables. So you can solve for one if you have one of the other two. So thanks. I love trig. All right. So I explained the purpose of the dots, and I'm looking forward. I'm gonna figure out how to have this be a part of some of my live streams. Like, I'm sure there'll be questions that come up. Oh man, I hate math. It's too confusing. It's not. It can be confusing in the time, and I think if you give it enough time to practice, I think anyone can learn it. Update, by the way, I told my sister last night about being lesbian. She hugged me. Oh, that's great to hear, Gemma. All right, so here's the next thing. So this came with the Echo Dots. So this is Meditations from Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius was a Stoic, as they say. I would say he's arguably the most well-known Stoic of Stoicism. He's like the Jesus of Christianity, I guess you could say. He's that dude for Stoicism. I've through Tim Ferriss, through I can see his face, can't think of his name, Ryan Holiday, and various other places have been referring me to this. What I love just by the looks of it is it's super thin, which means maybe I can actually read through it because I'm not. Ooh, it's kind of thick print. But yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I think the value of it, I'm told, even though he existed a long time ago, they don't have an actual picture of him. I want to say he was Greek. Let me read the back to you because I think that'll give some better context. One of the world's most famous and influential books, Meditations by the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, AD 121 to 180, incorporates the Stoic precepts he used to cope with his life as a warrior and administrator of an empire. Ascending to the imperial throne in AD 161, Aurelius found his reign beset by natural disasters and war. In the wake of these challenges, he set down a series of private reflections outlining a philosophy of commitment to virtue above pleasure and tranquility above happiness. Ooh. Commitment to virtue above pleasure and tranquility above happiness. Oh, that's a lot right there. I get virtue over pleasure, but I don't think I've ever heard that before because I always feel like we're always striving for happiness rather than tranquility. So that's interesting. Presented here in a specially modernized version of the classic George Long translation, the eloquent and moving work draws and enriches the tradition of Stoicism, which stressed the search for inner peace and ethical certainty in an apparently chaotic world. Serenity was to be achieved by emulating in one's personal conduct the underlying orderliness and lawfulness of nature, and in the fact of inevitable pain, loss, and death, the suffering at the core of life. Aurelius counsels Stoic detachment from the things that are beyond one's control and to focus on one's own will and perception. I'm pumped. So I feel like this is going to be one of those ones where I don't know how it's organized, but it looks like one of those things where you probably won't be able to read much without having to like stand back and like, oh crap, like I gotta like I gotta let this sink in. So I'm looking forward to those moments. Also another book that's should be actually. I wonder if that could be it. No, because that's Amazon. A book I'm looking forward to receiving. Dim Instagram ads got me. I'm sure it'll be a good book though. Is Brendan Burchard and it's like I want to say it's High Performance Habits. I'm looking forward to receiving that in the mail soon. I paid $7 for shipping. He paid for the book, I guess. So I'm looking forward to receiving that. As I've said in recent times, is that I'm going to be doing a lot of self-reflecting. So I'm going to be sharing probably a lot about this book. I'm probably going to be incorporating Alexa into these streams and sharing with you progress on creating Alexa skills. Yeah, let's take a look at the next one. I'm hoping I'll get to. I'm excited. I feel like in recent time I've sort of let my appearance go, but I got a haircut yesterday, upgrading on the shoes, and I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna shave off the goatee. Let me know in the chat what do you guys think about the goatee. Let me come while I'm unwrapping this. I'm gonna come back in here. That is awesome. Congrats, Gemma. Josephine Dev, thank you. It was hard. I'm still amazed I did it. Yeah, for those that don't know, Gemma is also a YouTuber, and she's been sharing with me some of her sort of struggles with sharing with her family that she's a part of the LGBTQIA community. Can we open a content page of your book? I don't think I have any of my books on me right now. Wait a second. Maybe I do. We could. My question for you would be: Is there a specific chapter or something that you want me to go through, or you want me to just like randomly open to it? It was fighting each other with the baby in their arm. Isn't that child abuse? Isn't that illegal? Sleep Master, when you say fighting each other, what do you literally mean by fighting each other? Like punching each other and like literally punching and kicking each other? I would say I don't know the definition of child abuse, but I would imagine it's child abuse if the child's getting jarred around and or hit. I imagine child abuse has a lot of different ways that it can look, so I don't know. Hey, Paul. From each other. Oh, nice. Well, maybe this is all of my stuff in one to go. DevCon, yes, that's illegal. I'm reading a book currently about being happy by a local UK radio DJ. She is a mindfulness teacher. Keep the beard. Mustache looks lousy. All right. So we got one upvote, one downvote for the beard. As long as the child isn't hurt, I feel like adult relationships are more gray area than that. Yeah, and I think like a child being hurt also, that can be subjective. Like, I mean, because you can be mentally hurt. Some people shake that off, and some people don't shake it off, and it's really impactful. So, as long as they hate each other, then love each other, then hate each other again, they're on drugs. Yeah, imagine drugs are probably a pretty significant part of why they're having challenges with each other, because when you're numb to the reality of world, which, by the way, I wanted to share with you all. I declared this the other day, sort of to my friends and family, as I'm going through a sort of self-reflection period. I'm planning on taking at least 6 months off of drinking anything. That's pretty much. I don't do drugs. I mean, I take ADHD meds, but I'm gonna be taking the next 6 months off of, like, I'm just not gonna have any alcohol at all. So part of that, and so sort of speaking to what Sleep Master is saying there about the drugs, I think when people are trying to be introspective, trying to improve their lives, and not make knee jerk or impulsive or really spontaneous, but possibly not good for the long term choices. You know, alcohol and things like that, that can become a problem. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be not doing is drinking any alcohol in the near future. Um, so yeah, that was a little update. Seriously, where is my phone? I want to grab my phone just so I can show you. So here's the other thing that I got that I've been wanting to get, and yeah, I'm just kind of excited about it. So I do a lot of live streaming on right now. This is on the laptop, but I also do it on my phone quite a bit. So this right here is a lens, and I'm sure I'll be talking more about it in the future. But the lens, it's meant to just sort of, you can see in that picture right there, it clips onto the phone, and it just improves the quality of the picture. So hopefully some of my videos will increase in quality. The Nikon camera's gotten beat up and I've pretty much only been live streaming, so I can't live stream on that. So I'm hoping, I don't know the quality of this camera versus my phone camera, so that'll be interesting. Each other on actually, yes, punching and kicked, and the baby is being jerked around and stuff. Yeah, I mean that probably could be child abuse. Sleep master, I would see what you can do to be the calm person to either hold, if you can, like, I don't know, I wouldn't want to risk injury to you, but I would say see if there's a way that you can like hold the baby while they're duking it out, and or see if you can help them get sober. Sleep master, don't be scared. I know it's hard, but try to remain calm. Um, I wrote 5 new poems yesterday. I think that's why I've managed to keep my peace level back up. Wow, that's amazing. I probably, but thank you. Gemma, I want to see you get to at least like a 7. I feel like 3, I'm glad that it feels like 3 is up. And I think you're capable of getting to a much higher peace level. It may not be child abuse, but it's definitely child endangerment. I didn't know that. What's the word? Distinction. Suggest contacting the police for the child's sake. That's an interesting idea. I can't say I would have thought. Oh, maybe I would have thought to do that. I don't know how. I don't know how crazy. Whoa, Gemma, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. 10 pounds. Proud of you for giving up alcohol. So thank you for what you do for everybody. You're a true inspiration. How you know so much. Hey, it's just practice talking with people and considering their issues and doing my best to listen. Thank you, Gemma. I really appreciate that. I feel like I feel like I'm almost coaching you or something, and rather than paying me to coach you, it's like you're contributing as feels appropriate. So I appreciate that. Um, I'm still not used to the idea that people can donate to me. So that thank you. I think it really validates the energy that I spend on these things. So um, as much as I'm not like James Cox, like clapping and hashtagging and getting all super pumped up and excited, I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Um, wrote 5 poems. Yes. Oh, yeah, I read that one. Child abuse. Trying to be the aunt. I'm just trying to be the aunt and sister to both, and a friend. That definitely sounds tough. Have you ever gotten stoned on pot? Alcohol sucks. Pot's interesting. Paul, yeah, in well, the good news is in Massachusetts, it's now legal. So, if I wanted to, I could consume marijuana, and it would be just as legal as consuming alcohol. Um, my experiences with it before is I get very sleepy, and it doesn't do me a whole lot of good. I just kind of fall asleep. I tried to call the police; they wouldn't let me. Oh dear. Um, Asim, I'm gonna go ahead and say I Do you what? I have not watched your video about quantum physics. Honestly, I have a really hard time understanding you. You talk really fast, and I am not on your level of science, so I don't know what you're talking about most of the time. Um, I was going to ask about private coaching with you. I'm willing to pay you. I really feel the benefit of working with you. How much? Okay. Sounds good, Gemma. I can't believe they did that to my nephew while they were fighting, and I was screaming at my half sister, "Give me the damn baby! If you want to duke it out, fine, give me the baby." Yeah, Sleep Master, we gotta come up with a solution for that. Um, Anyone that's in the chat, consider what Sleep Master is saying. What are some ideas we could get for the Master of Sleep here? Because it sounds like they're doing everything that I would do in trying to extract the baby from the situation. Um, so you tried calling the cops and they wouldn't let you. Um, so it sounds like maybe you just have a landline at home, or it's a small enough physical space that they can stop you from calling. Like maybe I mean I feel like you should be able to, if you have a cell phone or something, you can and step outside and call the police. Um, I feel like them not letting you, that I'm surprised by that, just because it seems like if they're duking it out and fighting with a baby in their arms, it seems like it would be hard to stop you from calling. So I'm very curious as to what the literal, like, physical situation is that they would be able to stop that. Um, how old are these people? Like, is Sleep Master old enough to be trying to get involved in the first place? If you're in school, file a report, and if it's that's and you know, as Chase says that, the other idea I'm even thinking of, and this isn't ideal by any means, but if you needed like proof or something, like you could record it and show it to like bring it to the police station and show it to them or something. I can imagine if you aren't able to hide the fact that you're recording, that would definitely not go over very well. So that's just one other idea. Like if you needed proof or something, or I mean, you can always. I know on all smartphones, pretty much there's like a audio recorder. I'm 15, they're 22. Hello, Nathan likes drums. We're just we're talking with Sleep Master right now about one of the dilemmas that they're in, where they're um, Sleep Masters get some family members that are fighting, and there's a baby involved, and we're trying to figure out what kind of solutions we can create to help them create a better situation for their family. Sleep Master, try and keep calm, suggest the baby would be the best with you, and try to get, yeah, yeah, it seems. I feel like there's got to be a way to make a call without them seeing, or like maybe you could call them. You could be like, look, I'm calling, and one of them's gonna have to step away to try to stop you. Now, again, I wouldn't want to cause physical harm, but if that helps get them to stop, that could help. They actually using drugs, or was that a hyperbole for their behavior? It's a good question too, from Chase, because drugs around a kid is child endangerment for sure. Yeah, I would absolutely agree with that. I want to keep talking about things, but I feel like that would be really inappropriate and like inauthentic for me to try to keep talking about like this, given that this is what the subject's on. So I want to hold off on this for now, and we'll keep brainstorming. They are seriously using drugs. So again, for people that might have just come on, so we're talking about Sleep Master here in the chat is having a dilemma where there's two family members physically abusing each other. There's a baby involved, and we're trying to figure out what are some solutions that Sleep Master could use to try to better the situation. They're apparently both on drugs, and they hate each other, and then they love each other, hate each other, and love each other. It gets physical. Um, so, Sleep Master, maybe you could help us with this. How are they stopping you from calling the police or calling like child protective services? Like, how are they literally stopping you? Or is it that they're threatening you and then are you are not taking action because the threat feels very real? That I think that would be my major question, because obviously it sounds like this is out of your hands and you got to bring in someone else. So I think so. Glad to hear it, Gemma. Um, by the way, DFCS. I'm not sure what that is. D Division of Family and Children Services. Got it. I wish I had ideas, but I'm stumped. Sleep Master, Department of Family and Child Services. All right, so Sleep Master, help me out. Since you just answered that one, what? How are they literally stopping you from calling? Because I don't like. Do you not have a phone that you can call with, or are they threatening you, or is it a home phone and they're like boxing you out from physically getting to the phone? Like, how are they literally stopping you? Rihanna, we're discussing a situation with our friend here, Sleep Master, that has some family members that are abusing each other, and there's a small child involved, and we're trying to brainstorm. It's a very impromptu discussion, but we're trying to brainstorm ideas for what Sleep Master could do to better the situation. Walk to the gas station, asked to use. Yeah, that would work. They threatened me and said, if you call the police, I'll beat the crap out of you. Hmm. Well, I guess one question I would say is, how serious does the threat feel? I know for me, like I know I've been a quick short story. One of my friends was cheating on his girlfriend, and I said, "Look, like you gotta." This was going on for a really long time, and they kept coming to like our apartment and like hang out with all of our friends. I was like, "This can't go on anymore. I can't be with you. Like, I can't be friends with you anymore if you don't like come clean about it." And he's like, "I'm gonna effing kill you." And I was like, "No, you're not. Tell her, or I'm telling her." So I was prepared to handle a fist fight with this dude. Like he called me on the phone. He was not in the same area as me. It's obviously very different when someone's bigger than you, probably a little bit older than you, and is already showing they're being physical with someone else. Um, so it sounds like that's a pretty real threat, given that they're already fighting each other. And at the same, I guess the other question is, are there other people that are witnessing this that could also be in action? Because if it's you and your parents that are all witnessing it, I mean, they can only beat up so many of you. I didn't mean to sound sarcastic in that, but like, I mean, if you all on a combined front, like all of us are calling the police on you, stop. it, I told them that. So yeah, I would say, how many other people are witnessing this same issue and are also not calling the cops? Like, how many people are being threatened right now to not call the police in that situation? And by the way, for people just coming on, we're talking about Sleep Master and the situation that they're having at home with abusive family members. The neighbor saw it, but he never called the police. Sleep Master, what I again, this could come back to hurt you, and I don't want to see them gang up on you. I mean, some one thing you may need to consider for yourself is, are you willing, like, if they beat the crap out of you, I don't know like how serious they could get. Like, I don't know if they use weapons or they're just punching, or like I don't know how serious that could get. I don't know what they're capable of. Like when the kid that threatened me, when he said he's gonna kill me, like, I think maybe he would have thrown some punches, but I don't think he would have sent me to the hospital. I'd probably end up with a black eye and feel kind of messed up. He might have I couldn't even see him kicking me, but I would ask yourself, like, what are they capable of doing? Are they like capable of like putting you in the hospital, or are they just capable of like just kind of scaring the crap out of you and hitting you a couple times? Because the difference might be, you might say to yourself, you know what, I'm willing to take some physical pain, um, in efforts to better the life of this baby. And that's, sadly, that could be something that you have to weigh in your situation. But it sounds like, even if you were to say to the neighbors, hey, could you please call the cops so that I'm not doing it? Again, you don't want more violence coming towards them. And at the same time, it sounds like if the police were called, you could get blamed anyway. Okay. Capable of putting him in the hospital. Okay. We don't want that. I guess the other question is, like, if you were to call the cops, I feel like you have to make sure that the cops actually find out. And I feel like the only way to kind of do that is with audio or with video evidence, like showing literally what's happening. Because I mean, I imagine the cops could show up and be like, what's the issue here? Like, someone called in and then they can be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, we're just watching TV over here. So I feel like you would have to make sure, if the cops got called, whether it be you or the neighbor or parent or whatever, you have to make sure it would be effective. So hold on, I'm going to go back and read the chat. Yeah, Rana, we have been talking for a bit. It'll probably help catch you up. I'm being very serious here. Can we help if someone is hurting you? Someone has to know your area or something, but not publicly. Yeah, I agree with Hell Kitten. Well, I'll say Sleep Master has not divulged their identity, so it sounds like they definitely want to stay anonymous, especially like if it were found that they were sharing this with strangers around the world. I should have recorded the abuse on my phone, but it was just so fast. Yeah. Oh, so it happened quickly. I mean, how long do the fights last for? Is it over? Like, was it quick, and or does it happen often? Hello, CPPS vids. Right now we're in the middle of a conversation in the chat, working with Sleep Master and their situation at home with abusive people that they're living with. 10, 20, 30 minutes. Yeah. I guess the other question I would have, Sleep Master, is how likely do you think it is to happen again? Yeah, I mean, if you can get it on video and then you're to call the cops and they didn't know about the cops coming until they show up, and then you're to be like, here, look at this video. Please take one of these two away now. I don't know how I have little to no experience speaking with police officers and how that all works. But I mean, I'm pretty sure that if they show up on their doorstep and be like, look, I was the one that called it in, show them the video and be like, they've threatened me that they will hurt me. I mean, I'm pretty sure the police will do something for you, whether that's create a restraining order or like that's put you into protective custody or something like that, or like they'll they'll give you a place to go. Like, I don't know if you have any other where you can sleep. Something's happened now. Please lock yourself in possible children in a room. Tell someone where you are. Use the evidence you have dealt with this. Sounds like Hell Kitten knows what they're talking about. They've dealt with this. Um, yeah, so Hell Kitten from earlier in the chat, Sleep Master described that it's I think it was what, a sister and a brother-in-law that have a child, were physically fighting each other, and were like holding the baby while it was happening. So, and she tried to, oh, okay, he read back on it. But yeah, so she was trying to get the baby out of their sort of possession. Often when they get jealous or when someone that don't like text their phone. Hmm. So, I mean, it sounds like that's probably going to happen again. Well, I guess here's the question. I think we've done a amount of make some choices. You have the choices to be in like forward progressive action, which means you're gonna have to, you might have to talk to some people, which could put you in danger. Or you can sort of, it sounds like this is not the first time it's happened. So the other option is allowing it to continue the way that it is and trying to tune it out. And, you know, I imagine you probably have a lot of feelings of sadness for, for the child involved in it. And I don't know what that's like. And I know that I would certainly want to do something about it. And, you know, if I were, I mean, I'm kind of a big dude, like I'm 6'5", 215. Like I wouldn't be afraid to intervene in that, like tackle somebody and or take the baby from them or something. But it sounds like that's not really an option for you. So I think you got to you got to weigh the consequences of either way. It sounds like you have consequences if you do something. You have consequences if you don't do something. Consequences if you contact police. Sounds like you could be dealing with them bringing that threat very seriously to you. And also, the consequence could be that change happens for the future. The consequence of you sort of allow it to continue the way it is, and it sounds like you have a lot of maybe anxiety, stress, and I think you have a commitment just to see that that baby is safe and that you're safe. So it sounds like what you might have to consider is weighing the options of, am I willing to deal with this and keep myself physically safe, or do I want to intervene and take forward action and possibly put myself at risk? So it sounds like those are your options currently, and it sounds like you'll have to keep brainstorming with the people around you to figure out, is there a way to take more progressive action and keep lowering the risks? And it sounds like finding somewhere else to be, finding some way to make sure that if you do call the cops, that you're not in the same place with these people that could hurt you. So keeping yourself safe. So it sounds like there's only so much YouTube community that doesn't understand fully your situation. I think there's only so much we can do. And I think what I imagine would be very useful right now is shoot us an action plan. What do you think you want to do next? I think we get a lot of information that's gone on. What do you think you want to do? And maybe we can analyze, like, maybe there's more risks that we could try to mitigate. But yeah, like, what do you think you might do? You can do the pizza order. Call the place and tell them you want a pizza. They will ask you if you know who you're calling. Then say yes. The conversation. No way. I've never. That makes total sense. I imagine that the two might catch on to that being what's happening, but at the same time, you could always say, "Oh, yeah, the pizza guy said there was a bunch of shouting in the background or something. Is there a time when the baby is alone? What time is it where you are, Sleep Master? Just curious. I believe Sleep Master's in Texas. Just curious if it's night, they may be going to bed and calm down soon. How does Zach's stomach dealing with everyone's issues being thrown on him all the time as well? Like, I'm not being rude. I seriously wonder. Um, well, Chase, I think part of it is I I feel like I'm honored that people are comfortable enough that they'll share these challenges with me. Um, as a teacher, so I've recently accepted my job offer to a new school, and it's going to be a school that the students the students are not typical, like they're not in the majority. They have challenges with mental disorders. They might have challenges with previous behavior disorders. Um, the traditional education system has not been working for them, so they're at a collaborative, which gives them more opportunity for sort of therapeutic experiences. So I chose this job, one, because I think therapeutic experiences are really important and I want to be a part of that. And I think it's good for education. And I think these students, um, I just really love working with people that have had extra challenge in life. So, Chase, I would say I think on some level, probably even part of my ego, like likes being able to help people with their issues, because I feel like kind of it's probably gonna sound really bad, but I just feel like I can sort of swoop in as Superman or something. But I think on some level, I just think this is what what I want my channel to be about, is a community of people here to help each other, help raise human consciousness, and better people's lives, because there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of anxiety out there. So if I can bring peace, if I can bring tranquility and creative problem solving, um, the goal is that I'm leading by example, and hopefully that the discussion we have here is not going to stay here, but people will gain from it. And the six people that are here right now are going to walk away from this conversation with better creative problem solving skills, higher consciousness, and recognizing, that maybe more empathy for people that are having other challenges out there in the world. Um, thanks for asking that, Chase. Yes, then our up will play along so no one knows what's going on. I don't know what to do. I just want my nephew to be safe. Very abusive parent. Been tough, almost the same things that I was saying. Proud you accepted Jafar. Thank you, Gemma. I don't think there's one. Yeah, I totally agree with Tori. I don't think there is one correct solution. I believe that you do the right thing. And um, what I would say, Sleep Master, is I imagine one of the challenges you're probably going to deal with is that whatever you choose is going to be tough. Inaction or action is not going to be easy, because there's possible negative consequences to both. So I might ask yourself, what is worse? I get that you want your nephew to be safe, and I think you and all of us want to see you be safe as well. We're probably all biased because we don't know your nephew. We don't know how old they are. We just know that they're a child. Um, but I think we're all biased because we've come to love you and we want to see you be safe. And so I think that's probably why we're not all jumping in and say, yeah, like go help out the child. Like, we love you. We don't want to see you get hurt. Got my parents involved. Check up on them both. All right, that's good. Yeah. So it sounds like e- even if you choose not to call the cops, I think having people present that can possibly do more than just you can. That sounds like you're an action that you can take sort of no matter what, and or keep brainstorming with people in your specific community that might have other solutions that we are blind to. Um, Um, hey man, being Superman is dope. Maybe it baffles me because I have so much going on in my own life that I can't fathom taking on anymore outside. Chase, I think the other thing I would say is when I hear other people's challenges in life, like I know for the most part, life's kind of easy. I mean, middle class, white, tall, male. I just there's a lot of stuff I don't have to deal with, and I recognize that. And it was very evident for me one day when my one of my friends that was part of the Black Lives Matter movement. He was one of the organizers of a peaceful protest. He's like, dude, you got to stand with me out there because it's powerful for a tall white male standing with a short Hispanic, Black, Dominican. I know you probably don't know what it's like to be me, and I think your support and being vocal and in the public eye, that's really helpful. So I think it was that day, and there have been other days where I've just recognized how easy it has been for me a lot of the way. Like, I was bullied in high school, but I think I've dealt with it. I've gotten over it, and it hasn't been a huge obstacle. So I think it's also humbling for me to hear what other people are struggling with because um, it helps me recognize how good I have it, how easy I have it, how little suffering I deal with because of how easy it's been. So I think part of it is also I'm trying to grow empathy. I know one of the challenges I have with my wife sometimes is I really don't understand what's going on with her, and understanding people's problems and hearing them out and really just trying to listen and understand. Um, I think that helps me be a better husband as well, and probably a better teacher as well. Because I hate that moment when your students be like, "You don't know me, you don't understand me, you'll never get me." It's like, I'm trying, and that's my goal is to try to try to keep being the better person that people can come to. Because there's plenty of students that I'm sure are not comfortable talking with me about things, and there are also students that felt really comfortable. And I mean, I would love to be the teacher that anyone can feel comfortable with talking with, because I feel like for every student, you got to have at least one teacher, one person that you're not related to, that's an authoritative figure that can help you out in a tough situation. So this is all growth for me, and I'm learning how to be the best that I can through that. There's a time when everyone's sleeping. Call them. That's not bad around us, Walsh. Yeah, the only thing I would point out is that even if you do call like after they're sleeping and stuff, it seems like they might know that you're the one that called the cops, which could be unavoidable if the cops get involved at all. If you feel it is that bad, please do something. I know you may be incapable of standing your ground against them, but if it is that bad, do it, Rihanna said. Oh, shoot, it keeps jumping on me. Where did it just go? Oh, there it is. Higher positive belief somewhere, not Tim spending doing more creative writing. So master, is one of my coaches says, I believe in you. That's cute, Tori. I got my parents involved to check out with them both. Pretend. Oh, all right. Yeah, we talked about that. Um, I'm gonna keep posted because they crazy. Sounds good, Sleep Master. Um, Start my business. I'll achieve it. It's more than possible. Absolutely, Gemma. Um, if you do end up needing help, please go to my channel and add me on Twitter. You can message me there, and I'll do what I can to help you. Thank you for stepping in like that, Hell Kitten. I think that you're providing a really awesome service. to step in like that, and I'm glad that someone that has some experience with matters like this is present for this, because I've never dealt with anything like this before. Thank you, Chase. I can't get the link. Boy, I need a teacher like you in high school. Well, Chase, I think you could probably find a teacher in high school that wants to be someone that can listen to all their students. So I think if you keep searching and you keep sort of testing out, like feeling around for teachers that are supportive and will listen, and not just like tell you to go away, sort of. I think you'll find someone, because pretty much all educators are not there because it pays well or because they love their subject so much that they want to do it 24/7. Often it's because we really love youth. So I think, I mean, obviously there's some teachers out there that became teachers and got kind of jaded and didn't care anymore. But um, I think all teachers on some level, you have to love youth or else you hate your job. And there's so many other jobs you could do out there that don't involve being with youth that someone that's qualified to be a teacher could also do. So I guarantee there's got to be teachers out there in at your school too. Terms. Oh, why does it keep jumping around? Keep getting confused with. Okay, sorry, just more than possible. Oh, you're welcome. Of course, I see something happening. No, I can't help it. Always, Joe knows me. Elkin, I feel like I've met you on like a panel with some other channels or something before. I have to check out your channel in a minute. Dealt with things on this matter extreme, so not sure what to do in your case. Yeah. What are you trying to find, Rihanna? A link to a 911 call. Oh, it's positive, feeling more motivated. Yes, Elkin, I know you're incredible. I graduated already, but I'm going to college. I'm going to college to be trans, masculine, supportive role model I needed. Got it. It's a pretend call of P2. Okay. Um, why must the chat keep moving? I keep losing my place. Uh, but thank you all for chiming in. No idea what the call, so I can't get that. Thanks. I'm just gonna wait to see if the drama is gonna die down. If not, I'm gonna call them. All right. Well, Sleep Master, thank you for updating us with that. Keep us updated, because it's tough hearing that someone in the chat's having a challenging time. So it's good to know that there's a little bit of closure on the current situation, and definitely let us know. Um, I'm sure we'll be sure to check in a little bit later. Okay, all right. Yeah, all right. That's why I've seen you before. Okay. Pretty bad connection. Gotta leave. Oh, it's okay, Rana. So like an hour-long stream so far. I love it. Oh shit! Wow, that was a quick hour. I don't even know how long we've been talking about Sleep Master's situation versus what I had originally meant to talk about. Um, but I mean, that's good. It sounds like we've brought some good into the world. It sounds like, as a team. Be careful with all of this. Zach, peace level update. I'm on it for. That's what's up. Please, Sleep Master, remember to add me on Twitter. Okay. Well, given that it sounds like we have a little bit of closure on that, um, honestly, I'm like kind of sleepy, but not really that sleepy. So why don't I'll talk about the last thing. Damn it! You know what I hate about this is you guys are so loving and such a great community that you share things like this and we talk about it, and it seems like we have a really great discussion and we help each other. And the thing that I go to start off the video with is like so superfluous, and it's like so like stupid compared to what we end up talking about, that I don't even want to. I don't even want to talk about it. But I ended up getting a tripod for my iPhone so that I could manipulate the angles better. So yeah, I'll say that it's just I got a tripod for my phone. I got a better lens for my phone. I got some Alexas, and I got some books. And I think there's another book coming in soon. Prime Day turned into Prime Day Hall turned into a motivational group chat. Typical but lovely. You have the same time as me. That what area you in? I'm Eastern. I'm New England. I'm Massachusetts. Same. Where you at, Helkin? Ohio. Uh-huh. Yeah, tripod. Yes, what's up? For a little piece of felt in days. All right. Well, it sounds like our conversation has lightened up just a little bit. Let's pop this thing open. Oh, that hurt my hand. I've been wanting to get this for a while, but I've kind of refused to like get myself more stuff because we're moving some stuff around today, and I was like, damn, I don't want more stuff in my house. But this I'm hoping will make things a bit easier. So for those that have seen my live streams where it's like I'm holding the camera, because it's my iPhone, I'm hoping this thing's gonna be sweet. So understanding is it's not just a tripod, these things bend. So if I want to, like this is the closet here. If I wanted to, I'm pretty sure I can set up like the camera so it's like I could set it up like something so it goes like that versus a regular tripod. You have to do some crazy jimmy rigging. So yeah, I'm excited that I'll have a lot more sort of abilities with camera angles for things. With this, I'm excited that this is going to improve the quality of the video on the live streams on my phone, and or when I'm doing the majority of my clips come from my phone, the iPhone 7. Pretty excited to start playing around with this to see how I use it and how other people might use it. And pretty excited to start getting stoic with Marcus Aurelius. I feel like there was one other thing. Nope, that was it. Oh, the shoes. Shoes gonna be dope. I wanted to meet your conversation. Oh, Rihanna's in Massachusetts too. Now I know it. Rihanna, do you have content on your channel? I was gonna say, for anyone that's in the Boston area or is willing to travel to Boston for Sunday, me and Alexander DeLuca, I think he just broke 1,000 subscribers not long ago. But I found him because he also had a blog about going to the Boston Pride Parade. And I invited him to collaborate together. I said, hey, I want to hold free hug signs out somewhere in public in Boston. And he's like, oh my God, that's like way outside my comfort zone. I guess I have to say yes. So if anyone's in Boston and wants a free hug in Boston, Sunday, I'll tweet out the place, or maybe I can live stream at the beginning. But I think I'm going to be asking a couple other people to join us, halfway between, like, we need some camera people, so that we don't have tripods everywhere. And yeah, it'd be kind of sweet. I think I'm going to tell a bunch of my students from last year, that I'm going to be in that area if they want to be a part of the video. It'll just be an opportunity if they're going to be in the Boston area. Have you ever wanted to do a meet and greet or go to a convention? When you say meet and greet, like people meet and greet me, like I'm the famous person? If so, I've never considered myself a famous person. And I do want to go to the convention. There's it's like the baby brother to Playlist Live. There's one in New Jersey coming up in September, and I'd really love to go to that. I think it's like $100 or $200 maybe. But yeah, I'm planning on going to that in September. Um, I'm fairly actually, you know what? We're all about growth mindset here. You know what? F it. Like, I'm gonna see if I can be a panelist on something. Like, I'm just gonna go on a limb and say maybe I am valuable enough that they would want to have me speak about stuff. I mean, I don't know how many channels do daily live streams or daily videos and uploads. So, I mean, I guess that sets me apart just a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna see if they would want to have me speak or be a part of a breakout session. Thank you for saying that, because I think one of the challenges of trying not to be egotistical is is declaring that like your worth, you have certain values, like you have value in the world. um but I feel like, I mean, that's how I ended up doing a TED talk, was just like I contacted the organizer. So for anyone that wants to do a TED talk, here's the key to it. First, you got to want to, and you got to be prepared to put in some work to have a solid talk. But when it comes to actually getting the opportunity to do it, all you got to do is look up TED Talks in your area, or however far you're willing to travel. Be like, hey, to the organizer, I'm a speaker. You, everyone is a speaker, right? I'm speaking right now. So if you were to just say, I'm a speaker, they're assuming you mean like you've done speeches before. Um, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. What they'll probably ask you is like, what do you want to talk about? Or um, like, what are some credentials? Like, what makes you special? And so what I did is I contacted this guy that was organizing the TED Talk I spoke at, and I said, I'm a speaker. I have a YouTube channel. I'm a teacher, and I wrote a book last year. Like, are you still looking for speakers? And he's like, yeah, let me see your channel, and then we might like to have you. And like a day later, he's like, yeah, what do you want to talk about? Like, would love to have you. So for those that want to do TED Talks on their bucket list, um, that's all you got to do. If you go to the TED website, you can look for conferences in your area, and then you can find the organizers. I think I found my guy on like LinkedIn or something. Like there was no email to contact him, but I found him on LinkedIn because I knew what high school was, and then it took a little bit of searching to find him, but it can be that easy. So the possibility of him being the one to meet and greet, that is that's kind of humbling. Like I don't feel like I'm that valuable that anyone would want to do that, but I mean, I'm honored that you would say something like that. So I think I'm gonna have the audacity to attempt that for that conference coming up. Good old Bible Belt. Hell, it can't seem though. I was gonna go to bed, but decided not to. I'm going to bed later. But autism clothing I've brought later. I have a tripod like that too. You should speak. You have a great support system. Struggle. Oh shoot! I got lost again. Very well easier. Sad parents. Oh whoa! I'm way behind. I didn't realize how behind I was. Quality video is nice addition, but I'm here for the quality of the content. Thank you, Chase. Sleep, please take care of yourself. Be careful as possible. I'm in Boston. Rana, you should swing by when we do our video. Rana, do you have a Twitter or something that I can, or let me know how I can contact you, and maybe we can have you be a part of it in some way. Was you go to the parade? Sadly, my parents are homophobic. Yeah, Rana, it's kind of funny. I went with the Gay Straight Alliance from the high school I was with, and I discovered, like, talking to a lot of people that day, apparently a lot of people like had to sneak out from like their parents not knowing that they were there. So I mean, I'm not going to tell you to disobey your parents or something, but I think it would be worth it to sneak out and go find go be with a really self-expressed, loving group of people. I just told them like, it gets easier when you're older. I hope they do for you what and that child's safety. Well, she'll make it one day. It gets better. What's the matter too? I wish they weren't. Just called them, explained the situation to them. You mean people meeting me like I am the famous person? You're more than valuable. You're set apart from the knowledge. Thank you, Gemma. You're a strong person. You should speak. You have great support system. Thank you. Really hope you get some help sleep. I'm just waiting until I can move out. Then I'll be free. Yeah, I hear you there, Dove. Um, I feel like that's a lot of youth deal with similar things to that, where it's like the day that they will no longer need to be financially or like shelter wise dependent on their parents will be really freeing days. Oh, it jumped again. I've done over 60 talks in 3 years. Yeah. I mean, Gemma, you could be a speaker too, because you speak a lot. So sorry I'm dealing with all this. Remember, it's not your fault. And yeah, just so scared of what they might do. I know, and just try to keep yourself calm. You think easier if you are calm. Sleep. I know. Are the police coming? Sleep, or parents just trying to handle it? My parents trying to handle it. Do they live with their parents? It's the best thing to live independently. I just generally feel like my parents don't really like me. They prefer my siblings. OUI, I do live with them. Be careful, sleep. Interesting that the parents are trying to handle it. Um, Ronnie, you say that you think they prefer your siblings. What evidence do you have of that? I'm curious. I'm looking at housing options tomorrow and Wallace and difficulty. You guys will get there and it will be great. Yeah, I'm doing last year when it takes a special stream about you. It'll be 5 p.m. my time. Oh, sweet Gemma. I don't know if 5 p.m. your time, that means it'll be like, what, 2 or 3 p.m. for me. I'm going to try. Okay, sleep. I really hope your parents get through them. Protect you and the other child. Yeah, I hope so too. Helkin, I might have to have you as a guest on this channel to sounds like you've gone through some stuff. Sounds like you would have really a lot of great opinions about things. Yeah, Jim, I'll see what I can do to be there. If you, I forget what our time difference is, but I'm pretty sure I think I can make that happen. And when you say be there, I don't know if you mean like just be there to watch, or if you would want me to be on as well, like to collaborate. They just leave me behind and don't really bother with me. They're physically left me behind once. They hang my siblings' art, and I tried to sneak out my art, but they took it down. You'd be surprised about some of the stuff I've been through. It sounds like it, Elkid, and I'm serious. Like it, I feel like I can tell just by your demeanor talking with Sleep here that like you've been through some stuff. They tell me that my siblings are in high honors and I'm not. Ryan, it sounds like you have parents that might be high, like they might care a lot about like academic achievement, and it sounds like academics might not be your thing. Trying to think about what the merits to that could be for you, which you might not be able to see. Be there to watch as I'm on my iPad, so I can't do Google Hangouts panel. Unfortunately, as I need a laptop. Is that right? You know what we could do, Gemma, if you ever wanted to try this, is you could give me your account information. I could start the stream, and then I could invite you to your own stream from over there. I think that could work if you wanted to try that out. Like if you wanted to have a panel, and Yeah, it would just be like I could host it on my computer, so I could send you the link. We could try that if you want to try something like that. Shit, it's moving fast. Um, they hit me, but they hit they hit me, but I'm fine. But in general, they favor. Yeah, yeah. Seriously, what do you mean they hit you? Do you mean hate or hit? I hope so too. 'Cause right now, I'm very scared of what they might do to each other. I'll tell you, I was raised by a very messed up mom. She died, and I was shipped to my alcoholic father. I won't bring down the stream tonight with my life story. Okay, it sounds like sharing some of your story, and yeah, maybe not tonight, but I think another night might be a good time. We could have you on and share some of the things you've gone through and how it's made you a stronger, more empathetic person, and maybe share some of your wisdom and some of the hope that you've gained out of those situations with other people. I should let's try. All right, that sounds good, Gemma. Yeah, that's a challenge. That's awesome. You can tell us about it if you want. Yeah. Um. So, Rana, when you say hit, like, is that still happening, or was that like a one time thing? Like I want to make sure that like I get that you're saying it feels like they favor your siblings, but like I want to make sure that they're not abusive. The thing you just try to stay away, make sure the baby's safe. Yeah. Unless they hit you often or once. Yeah. Haven't haven't we all been hit at least once? Back to my lack of a sob story. I don't think my mom said she spanked me once when I was 4 when I went up to the swimming pool without like permission or telling anyone. But she said that's the only time she's ever hit me was when she was trying to put the fear of God in my heart that it's dangerous to be around a pool with no parent there. Um, Gemma, we'll figure that out in the Google chat or something. I'm thinking it's 1:11 a.m. for me right now, so probably want to go to sleep soon so I can wake up at a reasonable hour. I mean, I'm thinking in like 10 hours from now, maybe like 11 a.m. or something. There was something I was considering doing around 12, but I'm thinking it's probably it would probably be a good time for me to go to bed soon. Um, and they get angry and upset even if I did nothing wrong and it was a sibling. Often, I got somewhat help. Rana, what do you mean by that? That you get somewhat help? Thanks, Gemma. At school, my friend found out and guidance found out. Um, so Rihanna, has it stopped? Hello, Eden. And hello, Lisa. I don't think I've recognized your name from earlier. Was they hit you hard then? And by the way, for people that are just coming on, we're sort of talking in the chat. There have been some right now we're trying to get to the bottom of it. Sounds like there's been some abuse at home um, with one of our community members here. So we're trying to kind of get to the bottom of that. Gotta sleep soon. I'm getting cold, but I feel someone need help. Yeah, I feel you on that. How can yeah, I'm fine. Lisa, they haven't stopped, but it's getting a bit better. Um, so Rihanna, when you say somewhat help, that doesn't sound like help if they're still hitting you. Like something can and ought to be done about that. Um, Here, Rihanna, let's talk about some actions that we could possibly take here. I get the hey Bruni, um, but Rihanna, I think let's consider some options here. So, like, I mean, if your parents are still hitting you, like, I know that your guidance counselor knows, but obviously that's not enough things are happening right now. If it's still happening, that's not right. By the way, I'm not sure how old are you? I'm waiting for school to start back up so I can talk about it. I mean, I think your teacher to email over the summer often. I think if you were to contact your guidance counselor, there's a very good chance um, you would still receive support. So I would recommend reaching out to your support staff at school. I don't know what school district you're part of, but given that you're in Massachusetts, it's very possible I could know somebody and can get you help. So, Ryan, I'm actually going to request that you do this. Send me an email to thethinkshare@gmail.com. If you're willing to allow me to help step in and make some difference here, I can. Um, like I can get in contact with your school district and make sure things are being done, because you having to wait a month and a half for school to start up is not a good reason to see you continuously dealing with um, this at home. That's not right. Congratulations, Sleep Master. Sleep. Everything better. Yeah, I've also seen therapy. You're welcome, Sleep Master. So Rana, will you consider will you send me an email so that we can talk, especially given that you're in Massachusetts? I would really like to support you in that and dealing with your situation. Hell Kitten is offering their support as well. Yeah, Chase has a good point. Why hasn't your therapist reported that? All right. Glad to hear it, Ryan. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how like patient therapist anonymity works, but I mean that sounds accurate. Chase and Eden are bringing up that they're, I believe that sounds right, that they're responsible for that. Supposed to report any abuse, mental or physical. My parents also go to therapy. Got therapy. Um, but yeah, Ryan, I mean, is it? Are you not sharing with them some of the specific things that are happening? If the patient is in danger, they're supposed to report it. Therapists are legally obliged to report any type of abuse. It's continuing for them, but not for me till October. Okay, I see. Yeah. All right. Well, community, you can be sure. So Rana said that they're going to email me. They're in my state, and I have contacts in the state, so I can figure out how to better this situation. So you guys can rest your heads on me for now, assuming that Rihanna sends an email and we get in contact. And as much as I want to continue this, I want to rest your heads on Rihanna. It sounds like Sleep Masters has an improved situation where they are. I'm going to talk to them. You just realize it's starting to become the worst Saturday morning chat ever. We're online talking about abuse. Neither wants to help. Well, Sleep Master, This is what I'm going to say is sort of in closing. Um, I think that just because the content of our conversation was about abuse does not mean that this was a negative way to start the morning. Here's why. I think that all 10 people on here, or some of the people that dropped off earlier and aren't here now, I want you guys to maybe respond to this is how many people in the chat right now feel like they're a part of a community that feels as though they're supported and they could reach out, and if they had a problem they could talk about it in the chat. I think that Sleep Master, you bring up this right here, I'm literally like tearing up right now. um I think what you've brought up that I haven't gotten to observe enough lately is how valuable this group of people is. And I know it's different every time. Like I haven't been consistent with my live stream times, but it's been an honor to be the one like audio speaking in this conversation, while you guys allow me to moderate like serious challenges that you guys are having in life. So, Sleep Master, what I want you to recognize is that you have helped us recognize the beauty of this community, even if the content of it was not pleasant. I think a lot of people could also agree with this is that people around the world don't feel supported. A lot of people around the world feel alone. And for you to be able to bring this up, and I didn't even have to do much. I was trailing off about like Marcus Aurelius or something, and like five people started talking to you and being concerned and helping you. Um, so Sleep Master, I want you to recognize this live stream was a wonderful, wonderful example of what's possible within chats like this. There are plenty of streams out there that don't look like this. Like James Cox, if you were to bring this up, like nothing against James Cox, it's just not what his channel is about. Like no one would pay attention. There's some channels out there that you could bring this up and it would just get almost completely ignored. So the fact that the people in the chat continued talking about it, it helped me not miss it. Like it's possible that I can miss a comment here or there, but you've shown and been a part of the observation and the example of what a great community guys y'all have created. Um, on some level, I know that I'm partially responsible for that, but the level of authenticity, the level of caring that I've just experienced with all of you has been wonderful. And Sleep Master, I don't want you to feel at all like you brought the tone down or that you ruined anything, because I feel really proud that you were able to deal with this here, because it sounds like if you didn't have it to talk about it here, I don't know where you would have. Um, and Sleep Master, one of my goals for you then, that you say that this is your escape from pain and fear, is that we're going to have this be more than escape. It's going to be a training area for you to be able to escape from pain and fear by tackling it out there and not having to be on here to just have that. So I want to help you build, mental tools and talks and like I want to help build mindset and build growth with you, that this is not the escape is just coming to this channel, but that you're able to carry on what we talk about here into your day, so that you can escape from it, by more than just here. And I know the community is a big difference in there, but I want to help you raise your consciousness, help you raise your level of peace, like we've talked with Gemma a lot. So that's my closing. Is I've felt really connected to all of you, more so than I probably often do, because we all just dove into to two people have had are having challenging life situations, and it's looking back on it, that was really valuable. I'm really glad that it went the direction that it did. And it sounds like all the people in the chat are saying that this to them is also a safe place for them to be. So that's what you've helped create, Sleep Master. I want you to recognize that. Um, yeah, Helkin, I think we'll have to have you on, and we should talk about that one of these days. Why don't you, Helkin, let's schedule a time for you to come on. We'll have a discussion. I think it could be great. Maybe even a panel if there's someone else that you might want to have. All right. So Rihanna, let me check my email right now. I don't know if you've reached out to me yet. Um, I'm not seeing it yet, but Rihanna, I'm holding you to your promise that you're going to send me an email, thethinkshare@gmail.com. Please reach out so that we can do something about this and get some support your way. I probably wouldn't have planned to talk to my parents. Preferred to, oh, Hell Kitten, send me an email, and we will schedule a time. I'm typing it into the chat right now. Schedule a club. Hey Blake. All right. Rana, Sleep Master, I hope that we've gotten to a better place. If not anything literal has changed on that end, I hope at least you feel better that you have a community working with you. Ryan, I'm going to be in correspondence with you via email, and Sleep Master. I'm sure we'll be hearing from you in the future live streams. That I feel like you've been here. I feel like almost every one for like I don't know, like for some time now. So thanks, Helkin. I want to see if my parents have more details about there because sometimes they don't tell me everything. Yeah. Sarana, when okay, you will email me soon. Okay, good. All right. Well, it is bedtime for me as it is. It's now 1:26. So I'm gonna call it a night. But thank you again, all. This has been Blake, we didn't collab because you didn't follow through on the deal. You said you were gonna do 21 days of creating video and you never did that. That's what happened to collabing. You didn't follow through. Okay, good. Okay. I'll probably respond to that when I'm like not feeling like I'm gonna fall over from being tired. All right. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for participating in this. This has been really eye-opening and wonderful. If you like this, give it a like. If you dislike this, give it a dislike. If you found this valuable, and I mean I know it's an hour and a half long, but if you think someone might gain something from it, share it with them. And thank you all for watching and for being part of this. Stay weird. Good night.